We're gonna be leaving her here. We're gonna take the Joker. Let's go. Yep, that's how much he makes, guys. 364 and 330 wheel torque. Because virtual dynos are obviously
perfectly accurate, baby.
Absolutely accurate. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Student Drivers. It's Gene here. I'm with my buddy Alex.
Sponsored by Your Left Nut.
Yes. Today we're going to talk about 5 must-have mods
for your Evo 10.
For your Evo 10. I almost said Honda Civic, but yes, for your Evo 10.
Yes, might as well be.
Might as well be. But yes, 5 must-haves on your Evo 10. So guys, quick disclaimer. Our name, Student Drivers, is not to be confused with Sung Kang's We Are Student Drivers. We love Sung Kang.
We did it first!
I mean, we technically did it first, but we love Sung Kang. He's like one of our, heroes as far as our childhood memories go.
Shout us out, please.
Yes, shout us out, please. Tokyo Drift was one of the most amazing films ever, and that's what kind of got us into these JDM cars as well, but just a little disclaimer for you.
Well, first things first, relays on your car. The fuel pump relays on these are naturally very weak, or they're just dumb because they'll fail on you randomly. Show how much power I don't make. So obviously Mitsubishi got everything right here, but electronics, stereo systems, they don't know how to do any of that. The relay is in here. If I know how to open this thing. Oh, wait, yep. These 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. You have to replace those. If you ever buy an Evo and those haven't been replaced, even if they have been replaced, just replace them for peace of mind. That goes out on you while you're flooring the car. Say goodbye to your entire motor. Our buddy Matt, his car went kaboom when he started it, and it was idling next to, it just completely ran out, and he tried to take off, and you hear a and the car was gone. So that would be the first thing. It's not necessarily a mod, but you need to do it to your car, and I feel like it needs to be preached more. Number 2.
You want to talk about that NOS bottle? Is that a...
Sponsored by NOS. No, I don't know.
Is that the second must-have mod that you must do?
Sure, if you want to blow up your shit. Second must-have mod, if you're just sticking with bolt-ons, you can actually attest to this because you did it on your first Evo. Upper intercooler pipe. These things expand like on the stock ones like nobody else's. Or nobody's business, and you boost leak like crazy. Some people get away with it. I wouldn't do that personally. You lose efficiency that way. So I would definitely highly recommend, if you're just doing bolt-ons, get this replaced while you're there, while you do your intake as well. So these two kind of go hand in hand. So intake, ETS is the preferred one. I don't care what other brands are out there. This one seems to be the best and most efficient. So
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Make sure, guys, upper intercooler pipe, ETS intake. Even though I'm not running an ETS intake, hopefully soon.
Actually, you have a preferred style. So mine actually, with this, has the bigger MAF adapter. Yours is actually completely missing this altogether. So you actually flow better than this intake. So if you decide to go big turbo like mine, actually just go full speed density like me and Gene. I technically can actually remove this and I don't need it. But what people just do is they just grab one of these, attach a filter straight to this right here, and it flows better than having the MAF there. So, quick tip. All right, third mod. I would actually have to say that people are gonna disagree with me on this. Go with a manifold, because the cast iron one that comes from the factory cracks like a mother, and if you haven't dealt with it, you're gonna deal with it soon. Here, let me get you some light. I went with a matte tubular, and I'm actually gonna tell you, don't go with this one either. I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, the metal's too thin. If anything, I'm gonna be replacing that. But replace your manifold, because once they crack, your car just runs like ass. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw out on there too, downpipe as well. don't go recirc, open dump all the way. I'm recirc, and it's more free flowing if you have the open dump. That is if you're going with a stock location turbo, which also don't go with a stock location turbo. And if you've been watching our videos, you'll know why.
Yes, exactly, because apparently the TPC GT spec is the best turbo in the world. Psych!
Actually, to add to that too, make sure you get a firewall heat shield for safety. Like if you could already see, this is browning. All this over here was browning really bad too. That's gonna catch on fire, and it happens all the time. So, safety first, people. Rubber up. All right, let's go with the fourth one here. If you don't mind taking a seat, my friend. Gauges. Because if you're running an access port, I was gonna say you're stupid, but you know, it's just, you're stupid. Boost is obviously important. You need to watch these things. These cars are very, very picky sometimes, so you gotta make sure you know when to get out of it. So, boost gauge, oil pressure, because this is important, of course, too. Like, you need to know you have oil pressure. Like, I don't really know how else to explain that other than you need to know you have oil pressure. And of course, if you're getting pro-tuned, do your tuner a favor, help him out. Get this, because the car doesn't report it on the data logging software. So those are musts. I actually would say that's probably the first thing you should be getting, because from the factory, these guys don't run the best. They run either too lean or too rich. I can't remember. I think it's 2011 up where they got the revised tune, but they run too rich. And then anything before that, they run too lean. So don't get an access port, live gauges. That's what the real Evo guys do. And a couple of honorable mentions before we go into 5. I'm gonna throw out there Grimspeed 3-port boost controller, because you need that. I'm also gonna throw in there a Evo 8 and 9 conversion clutch master cylinder, because our clutch master cylinders are made of plastic and they break and la da da. I went through all that and that sucked. So number 5, just catback exhaust and a test pipe. I personally prefer everything ETS makes. You can see I have ETS all over my car. This is the best looking exhaust to me. People prefer Tomei sometimes too, which is fine. But the ETS exhaust, in my opinion, you still get that really cool, like, dual look. Make sure you get the V3. The V2 is a little bit too conservative. The V3, just the tips look great, sounds great. I have the Extreme. Now, if you're gonna get a manifold, get the V3 muffled. Do not get the Extreme. I like it, but I also hate it.
That is obviously a warm start. Also, the exhaust sound is going to sound much different depending on what kind of manifold you have, as mentioned before.
Keep in mind, yours probably won't sound like that without cams. Yeah. For people who haven't noticed, I mean, we generally try to put out a video a week. Right now we have a lot of things cooking in the oven, so to speak, in terms of what we're going to be doing. I am working on trying to meet up with our buddy Alan and get a little bit more footage of his GTR. Maybe we'll throw out a race out there if he's ever man enough. But as of right now, we appreciate the support. The last video got awesome support, actually.
Yeah.
That Tesla video kind of is moving pretty good for a small channel like us.
Absolutely, and a few things. Obviously, we got a few things for my car. We got the VLAN headlights, and we're going to actually have a really awesome videographer videoing and capturing and editing a really cool, awesome cinematic video of the car. And so that's going to be something you guys can look forward to. It won't be on our channel per se, but you guys can definitely go check that out.
In the end, we're still going to keep pumping out content as we do. I think because of the last 3 videos we did where it was a little bit more involved, I think I had a lot more fun with those, and we were coordinating with other people. So that's kind of what I would love to do. Obviously, we're not in a perfect world, but I also have a video coming out on how to data log your Evo. Also, our tuner is also putting out videos too, and I'm going to link him below to show. He's just posting some stuff on generally how to data log the Evo, what his expectations are, and everything like that. So I think it's, a lot of people ask me questions on what they need to do before they get the car tuned, and I'm not an expert at this by any means, I want to defer you guys to the main expert, and that's Aaron at English Racing. So I'll make sure we get that linked in the video so you guys can follow him as well.
We'll have more content coming out, that's for sure. So stay tuned. Please like and subscribe. Like, seriously, I know that's the most overrated term, phrase that's been used on YouTube, but you know what? It helps us. It'll definitely help you guys too. We'll be coming out with awesome content. We'll see you guys soon.
Like somebody, Cubic.